The difference between imparfait and passé composé. This is exactly what they will going to check in your A2 level. Imparfait, passé composé, plus parfait, présent, future. That's it. Namaste guys. So today we'll be talking about Delf A2 exam. All right, and it's just the outline. Recently, three students contacted me via my Telegram ID. Is my Telegram ID if you want to contact me. So they were asking me questions concerning Delf A2 exam. So I said that I can give you a very outline of A2 exam, very outline. All right. So in this video, I'll going to share with you guys the outline, and then in the end, I'll make a very small announcement. All right. So whenever you give a Delf exam, A1, A2, B1, B2, and for example, if you guys are preparing for TCF or TF exams, in that case also, try to understand what the examiner wants from you. All right. For example, um, Delf A2, let's talk only and only about Delf A2 exam. Suppose if you are a teacher, then also this video would be very helpful for you. Use it for your own students. All right, because Delf A2 is like, I mean, like 30 days are more than sufficient for Delf A2. Come on guys, 30 days, that's it. 30 days of continuous hard work, and then that's it. All right. And if you want to enjoy your life and then learn language, 50 days are also sufficient. And like you can take breaks and all, because in my case also for Delf A2 exam I give classes only twice a week, and then I take regular tests, I conduct classes for speaking and all. But main things today we will talk about is Delf A2 exam. So always observe the situation or the exam, what the examiner, what the person who's sitting on the other side of the table demands from you. So today I'll talk about, first of all I'll talk about production oral, parley, and then I'll talk to you guys about production écrite. So in parley, speaking part, you need to have a level where you can hold simple conversation without any grammatical error. All right, simple conversation here, you know this is what teacher expects from you. Simple conversation without any grammatical error. Now if you will make some grammatical error concerning prepositions, for example a, the, or articles o, le, la, all right, any sort of article, all right, then you will be penalized. So try your best to avoid those mistakes. And all right, and here the person is the who's on the other side of the table, he'll also judge you on the basis of very minor things such as thu, woo, all right. So do not do these kind of mistakes. All right, I've seen people scoring like anything in their A2 exam. Why? Because see, A2, Delf A2 is a cute exam. Try to understand this thing. Another thing is, you know you can the student can demand any kind of information. Here the main thing is any kind of information which is simple and direct. All right, it could be on any subject. This information could be on any subject. So here what the person is saying uh, is that it would be, one conversation would be a very spontaneous conversation. All right, and it would be very easy. Believe me, mark my words, it would be very, very easy. So what you need to do is you need to prepare some 10 to 12 topics in very general topics. All right, very general topics, and rest assured that you will clear your Delf A2 exam. And that to see, in speaking part I'm saying today, in speaking part, scoring at least in Delf A2 22 plus in your Delf A2 is very, very, very easy. Believe me, it's very easy. All right, another thing, see, what you need is a little bit of patience, because when we are in hurry, we end up saying things we should not in life also, and in your Delf A2 exam also. So what you can do is you can simply, in a very simple manner, you can prepare 10 to 12 topics from your any book. All right. In my case, I give to my students, for example, all right, we'll talk about it later. All right. Now, third thing is you can continue a conversation even if you have no idea about the background, or you don't know much about the topic of the conversation in advance. In advance. All right. So it would be spontaneous, first thing. Second thing is, for another conversation, you will be given some time for the preparation part. All right. So it's very easy. It's very easy. All right. Now, here is the grill the evaluation. Guys, you know, teachers, and I've seen students who neglect this grill the evaluation. See, this is what is available to you, to your examiner. All right. On the basis of this sheet only, your examiner will going to give you marks. All right. So let's observe this thing very carefully. All right. So entretien dirigé. Entretien dirigé. Okay, just a second, guys. Let me just, yeah. Entretien dirigé. So here, pour établir un contact social, se présenter. So, présentez-vous would be a definite question in this one. Now, please, don't do this mistake, guys. In A1 also, you guys will going to, if you have given your Delf A1, then also in A1 exam, students say, je m'appelle, j'ai, and then j'habite à, je suis indien. Do not do these kind of mistakes. See, it's A2 level. Try your best to increase your level a little bit. ज्यादा नहीं होता, कोई बात नहीं, थोड़ा सा इंक्रीज करके देखिए. ऑलराइट, प्रेजेंटे वो रहेगा. Do not speak stupid things like je m'appelle this and that, because examiner knows your name. Try to understand this thing. Try to be a bit creative. Delf A2 is a cute exam. थोड़ा सा creative हो जाओ life में. All right. Décrire son environnement familier. Now, for those people who would be asking me, sir, what should we write? Décrire son environnement familier. Here's the clue. I'm not going to describe it. I describe it, in my this. Okay, I'll go and declare it. I start a batch for A2, like whenever only 40 days are left. I don't take regular classes and all. All right, at a very minimal cost. All right, so there I teach all these tips and tricks. But rest assured that even if you want to prepare without any external aid, everything is available on this sheet. Décrire son environnement familier. Here's the key. Another thing is, peut répondre et réagir à des questions simples. So what happens is that, in A1 level, in Delf A1, no one asks you any questions. All right, no one really asks you any kind of question. But in Delf A2, teacher has the liberty, power, capability, of course. All right, that he can ask you questions, and very simple questions he will ask you. And for that, he'll ask you 1 or 2 questions only, and that will going to be of 1 mark. All right. If you can do all these things, then 3 marks. Otherwise, generally student end up scoring 2.5 marks. All right. If you are formidable, then 3 marks easily. Then monologue suivi. Peut présenter de manière simple. Now observe the words carefully. Everywhere this person has written, in the grill the evaluation, it has been written that sample. All right. See, sample. Un événement, une activité, un projet, un lieu lié à un contexte familier. Now, if you have observed, what did I tell you here? 10 to 12 topics only. This is what is required for your Delf A2 exam. So do very general topic. All right. Ask your teachers. Teachers will inform you. Your teacher will inform you. Believe me. All right, and this would be of 3 marks, maximum 3 marks. So try your best to score maximum marks. Peut relier entre elles les informations apportées de manière simple et claire. So I have observed that students tend to make things you know there are people. Let me just give you an example. All right, I don't know if you guys know about this thing. There are how to tell you guys, just a second. There are teachers who will going to teach you key. Okay, it's not A2 level. Just a second. Now there are teachers who will going to simply say je tu. Tu is informal. All right, and vous is for formal conversation, and it is always for singular. All right, and just a second, let me just, this is how. All right, uh, because oops, sorry. And vous is for formal, and it could be used for singular person also, and plural person also. If there's a group of people. All right, so I have observed this thing that teachers, especially in universities, they end up complicated this thing. Very simple thing. Just say tu means tu if the other person is sitting over in front of you, and say vous means up. All right, keep it very simple. Keep your Delf A2 language very simple. All right. uh, so do not see what I just a second. Oops. Yeah. uh, no. Okay, see, you know what, guys, try your best to keep the language as simple as possible. All right, teacher who's sitting in front of you knows far more than you. All right, do not try to be uh, a very don't try to be stupid. Come on, guys. You have the liberty to, you have the possibility, liberty, or whatever you want to use. You can score 25 to 5 out of 25. A2, it's not difficult. I have seen students scoring 24 out of 20 in their Del B1 exam. All right, it is possible. Believe me, it is possible. All right, troisième partie. Peut demander et donner des informations. So here the teacher will go just a second. Dans des transactions simples de la vie quotidienne in your daily life activities. All right, 4 marks. So this one is the most important. Another one is peut entrer dans des relations sociales simples mais efficacement en utilisant les expressions courantes. So here here it's a very simple thing. Very simple hint is there. If you want to score 2 out of 2 in this portion, then use some expressions. Very simple expressions, and there should be no confusion uh, in those expressions which you will going to use. So choose those expressions very diligently. All right, very diligently. So for your vocabulary there will be 3 marks. For morphosyntax 4 marks. Maîtrise du système phonologique 3 marks. Now for pronunciation and all you will score 3 marks. But here students have this very bad mindset that sir, I cannot talk, I cannot speak French like French people. Do not worry. Why you are worried? See, now let's suppose the someone is from Africa. Let's suppose he's going to have a different accent. All right, but here basically the teacher is talking about the pronunciation part. For example, je, this is je. Do not call it ya, yamapel. No, then you will lose marks. All right, simply say it je. If you are very much confused, just say je. Generally, I frankly I do not prefer to call it je, but I know this is wrong. But what you need to do is, see, teacher, for example, there are students from Rohtak, basically Haryana, and there was a student from Punjab. She used to call this thing as year. All right. So I made her speak instead of je, because je was a bit difficult for her because of local language. So she ended up saying je. Now I asked her to lower the pitch je. So she started. All right. These are the tricks you need to use in order to score full marks. All right. Now there was a student, from Panipat or Rohtak. I don't know. He was from Haryana. He used to say Jama Pel. Oh shit! I need to mute his name. I need to mute his name. Javita Panipat. All right. So the teacher who was there, she understood that this guy's accent is bad, not because he is not trying. It's because of his local influence. All right, because of his mother tongue. When he used to speak in Hindi, he uh, he used to speak in Haryanvi. I mean, like, he tried his best to be as formal as possible, but when he used to speak, it was a complete influence of his culture, motherland, and that's totally perfect. Teacher knows these things. All right, try to be polite, and then respond. All right, now let's talk about written part. Write. You can write simple and short sentences. Students have this very bad habit of making, like, I mean, like, if you need to write 80 words, then I've seen students one paragraph, one line, without any full stop. Without any full stop. No full stop is there. It is just like this. That's it. Now another paragraph, 40 words. Ta-da! You will going to lose marks. All right. नहीं मिलेंगे marks. You're going to lose marks. Do not do. Write short sentences. I repeat. Write short sentences. All right. Now you need to write a personal letter and in very simple language. So here personal letter means, rest assured that it would be something concerning your personal issues. Something concerning your personal issues. All right. Apart from all these things, you can see this grilled evaluation. You can take a screenshot if you feel like. Let me just, yeah. So these things are there. So just a second, I'll explain. Don't worry, I'll explain. Where is, yeah. So in here, in a very simple language, here, do not try to make your I mean, like, you can eat like this and you can eat like this also. All right, eat like this. All right, keep your language very simple, and believe me, zero mistakes, zero grammatical mistakes. This is what I teach. This is what I teach to my students in A2 level, and believe me, they end up scoring really good marks. All right, now let's discuss this thing. This is what is available to your teachers in your production for everything. These teachers have a grilled evaluation. All right, now let's discuss only this part. This is actually the most important part, because other things are like coherence, cohesion. We'll talk, but this is the most important part. Capacité à raconter. Let me just increase the size a little bit. Capacité à raconter et where capacité à raconter et à décrire. All right, so you need to describe an event first thing, and it's very easy, guys. All right, try to understand these things. It's like, you can describe and talk about an experience. So here, raconter. So here, what is the most important part is the difference between imparfait and passé composé. This is exactly what they will going to check in your A2 level. Imparfait, passé composé, plus que parfait, présent, future. That's it. Nothing else. So I personally teach subjunctive also in A2 level itself. Why? Because guys, I do not want you guys to be dependent on someone else, even on me in future. Believe me, if your teacher is making you guys dependent on himself, I personally feel that, it's not a very nice thing. Hmm. All right. Now, for example, let me just give you an example. There is a myth which says that, you know, if you are giving a description, if you are, I'm very thankful to Madame Padma from Alliance Française, Monsieur Soma, Madame Usha, Madame Ashmi, Monsieur Chetan, Madame Priyanka Kharbanda. She was from somewhere else. All right. So what everyone says is that imparfait is description. Description. All right. Now tell me one thing. If I say that, um, um, some in present tense also, if I describe myself, don't you think it's a description of my personality? Je m'appelle this, j'ai this. Don't you think it's a description of my personality? Do not do these things. All right. Anything which is, suppose this is a timeline. All right. This is present tense. All right. Now, if an action has started in the past and ended in the past, this is passé composé. Keep it as simple as possible. And but if something has started in the past but has not ended, that thing is imperfect. Just keep it like this. And if you speak Hindi, if you have minor knowledge of Hindi language, then you can say कर रहा था, जहां पे भी थोड़ा continuous आ जाए ना, whenever there is something which is continuous. I don't know about English language, because when I do the translation job, I take into consideration the whole context. All right. So रहा था जहां भी आ जाए वहां पे imperfect हो जाएगा. All right. So keep such things in mind. All right. And just suppose I if you I don't know if you guys have seen movies of Shah Rukh Khan, or any romantic movie. So the actor describes the um, the most beautiful woman from his imagination, who will be his wife or girlfriend in future. In future also, that person is giving a description. So how imperfect, how can you say that anything which you description is related to imperfect? No, even the description of past tense. Now let's suppose if I say that, I met a beautiful woman and she was wearing this and that, and all right. So there would be a few things which, I mean, like, everything is description. No, what's your point of view? Just describe in the comment section. All right. So these things are important. Tenses, if you want to use, just go for présent, passé, passé composé, plus que parfait, and that's it. And future also. Passé récent is also good, but passé récent is very like even level kind of a thing. And if you are a bit intelligent, then complete subjunctive also. I'll leave the link in the description or in the I button. Okay. So these are the things. All right. For vocabulary, 2 marks. All right. Orthograph, for those spelling mistakes, 2.5 marks. Do not do spelling mistakes. Do not do spelling mistakes. For example, préféré verb. Préféré verb. People often do these mistakes. Préféré verb, conjugation of préféré verb. People often do these mistakes. All right. Appeler, vous vous appelez. So they have this very bad habit of making a mistake concerning appeler. So do not do these mistakes. Coherence. So coherence, almost everyone scores 1.5. Don't worry about these things. So this is the list. If you guys are interested, you can take a screenshot and read. So that's it, guys. So if you want to join, if anyone is interested, because only like 60 days are left. So if anyone is interested in joining the batch for Delf A2 level, all right, classes would be only twice a week, and rest assured that we will cover each and every part of Delf exam. All right, I'll give you tips and tricks for comprehension orale and comprehension écrite or écrit, whatever you want to call it. All right, but listen one thing, guys. You need to purchase Réussir le Delf A2 and Réussir le Delf P1. All right. Now you guys will say, sir, we are preparing only for Réussir le Delf A2. Then why do we need Réussir le Delf B1? Guys, listen. When you want to break the barrier, when you want to score 25 out of 25, you need to do something extra. All right. So if you are preparing for Delf A2, I'll tell you. I'll personally inform you guys how you can cover réussir le Delf B1 also in A2 itself. But see, guys, you need to have a proper base in if you want to score full marks or very very good marks. All right, base such as imparfait, passé composé, and knowledge of pronominal verbs and how to use pronominal verbs in passé composé. This is where students lose marks. All right, and that's it from my side. If you guys have any query and if you guys want me to make a video, you can leave a comment in the description. All right, otherwise I think I'm not very sure. I'm going to cover 10 to 12 themes here on my YouTube channel, because I don't think if something comes out of these 10 to 12 themes. So let's see. I'm not sure, because Delf A2 is a very cute exam. So that's it. Thank you. Namaste.